So here's a sad truth. Gen Zs are using credit cards at a higher rate than any other generations, and unfortunately accumulating higher debt at an earlier age. Now, this can be for several reasons. First of all, shopping is much easier right now due to e-commerce, and better marketing strategies. For example, influencer ads like this one. This video is sponsored by myself. Yeah, I have a new channel that's more vlogging and entertainment, so if you're interested, check it out. Anyways, with the trend of younger people tending to overspend on their credit cards, it makes sense why credit card companies are releasing products targeting that demographic. And recently, CIBC released the CIBC Adapta Mastercard specifically targeting that group. And of course, with this channel, we're gonna review it. Let's start off with the sign-up bonus. So in total, you're getting $50 in value in your first year sign-up bonus after making your first purchase and spending $1,000 in the first 4 months. Now, I know that the official CIBC website states $100 in sign-up bonus, but that includes roadside assistance package, which isn't really a sign-up bonus for the first year. It's like a recurring perk, which is nice, but we'll cover that later. Unfortunately, as of this moment, other third-party websites for cashback doesn't offer additional cashback for getting this card through those websites. So none through Great Canadian Rebates and none through Credit Card Genius. Okay, next, let's go on to the rewards. This card has a unique reward system that doesn't have fixed multipliers. So the multipliers change depending on how you use the card that particular month. So you get 1.5 times multipliers for the 3 categories you spent the most that month. Let's say you bought a TV from Best Buy for that particular month. Then for that particular month, you get 1.5 times multipliers for electronics and 2 other categories. So they actually offer quite a lot of categories, like 12 in total. I believe the Tangerine Money Back Mastercard only offers 10 categories to choose from. So on paper, this card is pretty flexible. Here's the thing, like, multipliers are great if only Adapta points are worth something, which they are, just not a lot. So 67 cents each if redeemed for statement credits, which is not the best way to redeem them, unfortunately. The better way to redeem them would be CIBC financial products like the TFSA or RRSP. In that case, each point will be worth 0.83 cents. So 1.5 times multipliers on 0.83 cents is like what? 1.25%. If you redeem it for statement credits, that's even worse, like 1%. Honestly, even for a free card, that's pretty crappy. Like, can you imagine categories outside the top 3? You even get multipliers. Cards like the Tangerine Money Back Mastercard offers 2% cashback for up to 3 categories. Heck, Amex cards like the Green Card offers higher rewards even though they offer no multipliers. I mean, Amex points are worth a lot more, so they'll need the multipliers to have higher rewards than this card. I mean, the only good thing about this card is that it's more flexible because it's got a lot of categories, I guess, but since each reward is so low, like, it's still pretty crappy. Next, let's talk about the insurance, which is pretty standard for a free card. 90 days purchase protection and 1 year extended warranty. And you know, in most situations, that's really all you need. For example, if you use this card to buy appliances, that 1 year extended warranty is critical because appliances nowadays aren't exactly built to last. Alright, let's talk about the perks. Up to 10 cents per liter saved at Journey Rewards gas stations. Of course, the biggest one being Chevron. In most cases, that's really just 3 cents per liter saved, so that's approximately 2% cash back at the current gas prices. Many banks actually partner with gas stations to get some type of discount when getting gas. For example, RBC does the same thing with Petro-Canada at 3 cents per liter saved. So it's a pretty common perk, but it's a pretty decent one. But what makes this card really stand out is that they offer free roadside assistance, which is unheard of for a free entry-level card. The only other free card that offers free roadside assistance will be the Triangle Road Elite Mastercard, but that's a World Elite Mastercard. You'll need $80,000 in salary and a pretty decent credit score. Although, to qualify for the roadside assistance with the Adapta card, you'll need to make a first purchase on the card first, but that's not too difficult. Now, I did compare the roadside assistance package for this card compared to other credit cards in Canada that offers free roadside assistance. For example, we have the Triangle Road Elite Mastercard, the BMO Cashback Road Elite Mastercard, and the TD Cashback Visa Infinite card. And you'll immediately realize that the other cards are more premium and not targeted towards Gen Z. And the roadside assistance package offered by the Adapta card is slightly weaker than the other 3 cards. For example, you can only use the roadside assistance 3 times per year, whereas the other credit cards offers more. But bro, if you need to use this service more than 3 times per year, either you need a new car, you drive reckless, or you're just super unlucky. Look, 3 times per year for roadside assistance is a lot, especially for a free entry-level card. And plus, it just gives you a peace of mind knowing that you're gonna be fine when your car stops in the middle of the road. So in terms of perks, probably one of the best for a free card in Canada. Okay, time to grade this card. Let's start off with the rewards. It's really weak, even for a free card. Plus, to get the maximum rewards, it kind of forced you to use CIBC financial products like TFSA, RRSP, or mortgage. And even then, it kind of sucks, so 4 out of 10. Next, the insurance, which is pretty standard for a free card, so 7 out of 10. Finally, the perks, which is where this card really shines. Literally the only free entry-level card in Canada that offers free roadside assistance. And plus, the roughly 2% cashback at Chevron is pretty nice, so a 9 out of 10. Which means the average score of this card is a 6.67 out of 10, so a C tier card. I mean, this card might be a good backup card for that roadside assistance, especially if you're in your 20s. So just use this card once and unlock that perk. In terms of sign-up bonus, getting 3,000 points for your first purchase is pretty nice because that's not hard to do. But $1,000 in the first 4 months to get 3,000 extra points, that's where the problem is. So 3,000 points is worth $25 or $20 in statement credits. So along with the credit card's original rewards, you're talking about at most 3%, maybe 3.5%, even with the sign-up bonus in the first 4 months. I'm just saying, there's possibly other credit cards out there that offers more value for $1,000 in purchases. Anyways, that's it for today. What do you think about this card? Leave in the comments down below. And again, if you can support my second channel, which is more vlogging and entertainment, that'll be really appreciated. And if you're new to this channel, I make financial tips for Canadians in my long-form content and financial comedy in my shorts. With that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.